Let's go. That was short-lived. Man, I want to do a build series on one of these things. I know I just think of this like a Texas thing, but I'm sure it's the case everywhere in the country. Everything is always under construction. Oh man, it's good to be on this thing. I wrote it in the last, not the last video, but the one before it, when I put on the carbon fiber pieces. And I did a little vlog in the video, but the audio got all screwed up. For some reason, my GoPro decided not to use my external mic and use the internal mic on the GoPro, which of course sucks if I'm moving on a bike and you can't hear any of my talking. I tested it today just like in my house. I didn't go out for a ride or anything like that, and it seemed to be working fine, so I don't know what was up. But yeah, so my whole vlog got scrapped. But this past weekend I went out on vacation. Abby and I went to Florida. She had a little work gig out there, and family was invited, so me, her, and Aylin all went out there. It was in Naples, Florida, which was kind of like, I wouldn't say like a letdown, but it was a letdown. I enjoyed my time there. Like, Aylin and I hung out the whole time because Abby was doing work stuff. We basically ate. We just went to a bunch of restaurants the whole time. Naples is pretty much just like all old people. That's all that town is. There was like a couple different shopping centers, but other than that, not a whole lot. We went to a zoo. It was pretty small, but it was fun. But no, with the screwed up vlog, y'all didn't get to see the tree tunnel. Spring is sprung. The greens are coming in. As you can see, the trees, they have leaves. So the tree tunnel, and you guys have been watching for a long time, know what I'm talking about, but there's this road. It's like my favorite road in Austin. There's like nothing really like super impressive about it. It's just super chill. It's kind of secluded, and it's just enclosed like on top and on the sides by trees. So you kind of just dive into this wooded area, and it's like a little tree tunnel. By the way, I read this thing earlier today. Apparently BMW did a study, and this is cars, not bikes, to see what was more fuel efficient. Accelerating slow up to 60 or accelerating fast up to 60, like which used more gas. So like the quick reaction that you'd have would be like, well, if you're accelerating fast, and obviously you're using more gas, but it's a short amount of time, so maybe it is more fuel efficient. And what they found was that the most fuel efficient method is to actually like accelerate fast and shift early. So like not use the whole RPM range, but like shift at low RPMs, but just at full throttle. Just an interesting take. I didn't read the study, so take all this with a grain of salt. Maybe one of you guys can actually find the study. This was just like referencing it. But that was kind of interesting. But no, this road is out by Lake Travis, and right here you just take this turn and you dive into the trees. And this isn't really like the best part of it, but this is where you first come in, and it drops like 10 degrees. It's so much cooler down here. Just nice and shady. You got a little bit of twisties here. Nothing crazy, just a couple turns. Nice. And then the trees just start coming over the street. And when they really come in, it just completely encloses it, and you look straight up, and it's just trees. I love it. It's short. It's nothing like super special. I don't know. It's just pleasant. I love this road. I love being on it. It's really nice. And then of course we have my famed mod update video spot, Twin Creeks Ice House. I always do my mod videos there. And then you're out of the tree tunnel. And you come out the other side, and you got no more tree tunnel. Then of course if you continue on, you'll end up running into the road that is Lime Creek. It's not my favorite. It's fun on Supermoto, but other than that, like, it's not a really good sport bike road. But then you turn here, and you got the lake on the right side, and if you go far enough, you can turn off and go to the Oasis restaurant. Man, man, I love this bike. I hadn't ridden it in like a month because I took it apart to do all the wrap. By the way, I am so in love with this wrap. I love it so much. It looks so freaking good. But I know in a couple of videos, especially the previous one, a lot of people started noticing something, and that something would be, yeah, I got a for sale sign in my front yard. Although it's not for sale anymore. We are under contract. I know, man, over the past couple of years, I think I've made several videos talking about the fact that we wanted to move. And by this point, I wouldn't blame you if you just thought I was blowing hot air and we weren't ever going to move and I was just talking about it but never going to do it. We've seriously been trying to do it, and then just like stuff keeps coming up. Originally, it was we wanted to move to Colorado, and then we changed our minds and we wanted to move to Hawaii. And we got all the stuff in order to move to Hawaii, and we were ready to go, and we got the dogs, got their rabies checked so that they wouldn't have to be in quarantine when we went there. And we went to buy tickets, and when we went to buy them, it turned out they had whatchamacallit, I can't grab the word right now, but they weren't allowing dogs to fly on the flights at this particular time. I can't remember what the reason was, but at this point in time, they weren't letting you fly with dogs, and we would have had to wait till April to do it. We didn't really want to fly with them when it got towards the summer, so then we were going to have to wait through summer into the fall and then go then. And by that point, I wouldn't say we didn't really want to move to Hawaii anymore. We did, but we're more on the mindset of having a kid. This was back in 2016? I don't know. The freaking years fly by now. I don't even remember what it was. It was a couple years ago now. But yeah, we ended up deciding it was the right time to have a kid. And so then that happened. So Abby was pregnant, and basically we couldn't go to Hawaii during that time, obviously. And then we had the baby, and we didn't want to, move when she was just a baby, so we didn't. And then we just, kind of changed our minds on it. We, really started straying away from not wanting to fly with the dogs. It just seems there's been so many more horror stories about people's dogs dying on flights lately, just from gross negligence on the part of the airlines. We just haven't really wanted to take that risk again. So now we're sticking to the contiguous U.S. But we've always still wanted to move. I love traveling. Abby loves traveling, and we've been here a long time. We both moved here for college at UT in 2008, so we've been here almost 10 years, 9.5 now. And before that, I lived in San Antonio. Abby was living in Houston, so we've been in Texas a long time. So yeah, we've wanted to move for a long time, just it hasn't been in the cards. And it kind of got to the point where, like, if we don't do something that basically forces us to move, we're never going to do it. We're just going to get settled, we're going to get comfortable, and we're going to find ourselves 20 years later wondering what happened. So we just bit the bullet, and we decided to list our house for sale. And you got to understand, like, the area that we lived in is just freaking exploding. So our house went under contract in 4 days. The first person that saw our house decided to put an offer on it. But man, things with that have just been crazy. That's why the uploads have kind of been irregular lately. You probably noticed that I haven't been uploading as often as I was before. And it's because of all the drama with getting our house listed and doing the showings. Abby actually went out of town. She took the dogs. Well, she took two of the dogs. She took Lacey and Sierra. She took Aylin. They went to her parents' house while I stayed back. I did kept the house clean, was there for getting the house ready for showings and stuff like that. Jackson stayed with me. Reason being, he's an escape artist, and he's usually the leader for those escapes, and they always tend to try to get out at her parents' house. So we decided if Jackson stayed here with me, it was less likely that they would escape out there. So Torchies, I had it a couple days ago. You could probably watch any of my videos and that would be true, that I had gotten Torchies a couple days ago. That is the thing that I'm gonna probably miss the most. Someone needs to invent like a rocket launcher for tacos. Grab some tacos from Torchies, load them up, shoot them anywhere in the country. That'd be sick. But no, just when I thought things were gonna start cooling down and I was gonna be able to make videos again, we ended up having problems with the first buyer, and the deal fell through, and we had to get our house relisted, which is a pain because we had spent so much time with like appraisals and getting the house ready and the inspection, and just a lot of time wasted. And then we had to put the house back on the market. But like I said, we live in a very high demand area, and within a few days the first person again that saw our house put in an offer. So our house is back under contract, everything's going smoothly. I don't think anything is going to go wrong, and we close on our house in 2 weeks. I think we got to be out of our house by the end of the month, May 30th or May 31st, and after that we're moving. We're leaving Texas after, jeez, a long time. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Austin. It's become my home for sure, but we're ready for something new. I know y'all have been itching for some Daily 100 action, so by the way, y'all gotta follow me on Instagram. I've been posting some photos recently of the R3 and now the R6 with the wrap. Jeez, they're coming out awesome. Oh, there's a cop. That sound, man, that sound. Hope that clears some stuff up. I know things have been a little crazy, so I appreciate you guys bearing with me with the lack of uploads. Things are gonna start getting pretty crazy. And I just appreciate you guys being on for the ride, supporting me. Always means a lot. If you guys want to support in any way, you guys can check out my Patreon page, or you can check out my merch, motonosity.com/shop. I got shirts, key tags, wristbands, stickers, all sorts of goodies over there. Go check it out. Links are in the description. But you guys have been awesome. Thanks for coming and checking out the video today. Remember, life's better with horsepower. Keep life lived. And I will see you guys in the next one.